producer. There have been some sexual assault claims made by him. It's a chap called Derek Dixon, and it's a $260 million lawsuit. And I'm going to say it's interesting because he is Lilibet's godfather. He revealed this on the Netflix show. He appeared as a character witness for Harry and Meghan in their 6-part show.
Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry.
Just Lilibet.
Yeah, to Lilibet. He's the godfather to Lilibet. Tyler Perry, sort of a billionaire producer, TV producer, film producer, music producer, who actually provided Harry and Meghan with somewhere to live when they first came to LA from Canada. Anyway, last week he was sued by an actor for sexual harassment. Obviously, no one is saying for a second that this is necessarily true or not true, but it did happen.
When Hollywood's most powerful billionaire goes dead silent, the world stops and listens. When that billionaire happens to be Tyler Perry, the man who literally saved Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from complete destruction, his silence becomes absolutely deafening. Right now, as a $250 million lawsuit threatens to destroy everything Perry built, Harry and Meghan are facing the ultimate loyalty test. Their response has shocked even their harshest critics and exposed their true character in ways they never imagined possible.
Do you see problems with Tyler Perry and his connection to the Sussexes coming down the line?
Well, yeah, there's nothing very Christian about a sexual assault claim. And I think that it's just one other damaging thing to add to their now war chest of things that have been a problem for them. And, you know, they loved using Tyler Perry's resources. They loved using his house. They loved using his plane for the freedom flight that they speak about. I'm sure that victim didn't have much freedom in his situation. We'll find out. Obviously, it's all accusations at the moment. But I just think that it shows the type of people that Meghan likes to surround herself with. And I think it is damaging to their brand yet again, because he was meant to be their closest friend. And as you said, someone who, stood up for them while they were leaving the royal family and on this whole chat.
This isn't just another celebrity scandal brewing in the Hollywood Hills. This is the complete unraveling of a friendship that seemed unbreakable, a sacred bond forged in desperation and sealed with godfather vows. Tyler Perry didn't just offer them a spare bedroom when the royal family turned their backs. He became their savior, their shield, their bridge to a new world. But when the heat turned up and Perry needed them most, Harry and Meghan did something so cold, so calculated, so ruthless, that it's left Hollywood insiders speechless and questioning everything they thought they knew about the couple. In March 2021, Harry and Meghan are completely toxic in the UK. Their security stripped, their future hanging by a thread. The royal machine has effectively exiled them, leaving them vulnerable, exposed, and desperate for sanctuary anywhere they can find it. The palace doors are sealed shut with no chance of reconciliation. Former friends won't return their calls out of fear of royal retribution. Media outlets are circling like vultures, ready to tear apart whatever's left of their reputation. They're not just homeless in the traditional sense, they're helpless in a world that's turned against them completely. The situation was more desperate than anyone realized at the time. Harry's personal security detail had been withdrawn, leaving them exposed to threats from obsessed fans and potential attackers. Meghan was dealing with severe anxiety and depression, barely able to leave the house without panic attacks. Baby Archie needed protection from photographers camping outside their temporary accommodations. They were living in a nightmare scenario. Enter Tyler Perry, Hollywood's self-made mogul who didn't just offer them a roof over their heads. He handed them the keys to his $18 million Beverly Hills fortress, complete with military-grade security and total privacy from the chaos surrounding them. No cameras allowed anywhere on the property. No royal protocols to follow, no palace interference to navigate. Just pure, unconditional support when they needed it most desperately. Perry's estate became their sanctuary, a place where they could breathe freely for the first time in months. But Perry's generosity didn't stop at real estate or security arrangements. He became your strategic advisor, their Hollywood insider, their personal guide to navigating celebrity culture that was completely foreign to them. While they were figuring out their next moves, Perry was opening doors, making crucial introductions, and essentially bankrolling their entire transition from royalty to celebrity status. His mansion became their war room, the secret location where they planned their Oprah bombshell, mapped out their Netflix empire, and crafted their post-royal narrative that would define their future in America. Perry also provided emotional support during their darkest moments. He listened to Meghan's fears about raising biracial children in the spotlight. He counseled Harry through his guilt about leaving his family behind. He helped them process the trauma of their final royal engagements and the brutal media coverage that followed. Perry wasn't just a landlord or business advisor. He was a therapist, a father figure, and a true friend who understood the unique pressures of being Black in predominantly white industries. The bond grew even deeper when Harry and Meghan made the ultimate gesture of trust. They asked Tyler Perry to be Lilibet's godfather, a decision that shocked royal watchers worldwide. In royal tradition, that's not just an honor you hand out lightly. It's a sacred responsibility that lasts forever. Godparents are chosen for their character, their unwavering loyalty, their ability to guide and protect when parents can't. When you make someone your child's godfather, you're essentially declaring their family for life, bound by ties stronger than blood. Perry accepted with genuine tears in his eyes, fully understanding the weight of that trust. He wasn't just being handed a ceremonial title to add to his collection. He was being permanently woven into the Sussex family fabric, becoming Uncle Tyler to their children, a role he embraced with his whole heart. The christening photos showed a man genuinely moved by the honor, someone who took the responsibility seriously and planned to be there for decades to come, through graduations, weddings, and all of life's major moments. For months, this relationship seemed absolutely bulletproof against any outside pressure. Perry appeared in their Netflix documentary, sharing intimate moments about their friendship that felt genuine and heartfelt. He spoke at their events, supported their causes publicly, and stood by them as they navigated the treacherous waters of post-royal life. The media celebrated their unlikely friendship. The billionaire entertainment mogul and the exiled royals, united against the establishment that tried to destroy them. It was a beautiful story of loyalty transcending race, class, and circumstance. Perry even helped them navigate their early business deals in Hollywood. He introduced them to the right agents, connected them with streaming executives, and provided guidance on everything from contract negotiations to public relations strategy. His decades of experience in the entertainment industry became their roadmap to success. Without Perry's guidance, their Netflix deal might never have happened. Their Spotify partnership could have fallen through. Their entire American dream was built on the foundation Perry provided. Then everything changed with 3 devastating words: $260 million. That's the amount Derek Dixon is demanding in his explosive lawsuit against Tyler Perry. The allegations are serious enough to end careers, destroy reputations, and topple one of Hollywood's most powerful empires. Dixon, an actor who worked on Perry's shows The Oval and Ruthless, claims Perry created a hostile work environment filled with harassment and intimidation that forced him to flee from Atlanta to Los Angeles just to escape the nightmare he describes in graphic detail. These aren't minor workplace complaints that get settled quietly behind closed doors. These are career-ending, reputation-destroying allegations that could bring down everything Perry spent decades building from nothing. The lawsuit includes claims of workplace toxicity, retaliation against employees who spoke up, and a pattern of behavior that allegedly spans years across multiple productions. If even half of these allegations prove true in court, Perry's empire could crumble overnight, taking his legacy with it. The lawsuit details are particularly damaging because they paint a picture of systemic abuse. Dixon alleges that Perry created a culture of fear where employees were afraid to speak up about inappropriate behavior. He claims that complaints were ignored or resulted in retaliation against the accusers. A lawsuit suggests that Perry's public image as a champion of black excellence was a facade hiding a toxic work environment that particularly targeted vulnerable employees who couldn't fight back. The moment that lawsuit became public knowledge, something unprecedented happened that stunned Hollywood insiders. Harry and Meghan, the couple who built their entire brand on speaking truth to power, championing the oppressed, and standing up for victims everywhere, went completely silent. Not a statement of support for their friend. Not a call for due process. Not even a generic, "we're monitoring the situation" response that their PR team usually cranks out within hours. Absolutely nothing but deafening silence that spoke volumes about their true priorities. But their silence wasn't just noticeable to royal watchers and entertainment reporters. It was strategically calculated in a way that revealed their true nature to anyone paying attention. Within hours of the lawsuit news breaking, eagle-eye followers noticed something absolutely chilling happening across Meghan's social media platforms. Photos featuring Perry at family events quietly disappeared without explanation. References to him as Lilibet's godfather became mysteriously veiled or were removed entirely. Posts celebrating their friendship were archived or deleted with surgical precision. The digital erasure was systematic and thorough. Instagram posts featuring Perry at birthday parties vanished. Twitter mentions of his support during their transition disappeared. Even their Netflix documentary was quietly edited to minimize Perry's role in their story. It wasn't just social media cleanup or regular account maintenance. This was deliberate distancing, calculated abandonment designed to protect their image while throwing their most loyal supporter directly under the bus. The internet noticed immediately and began documenting the systematic erasure in real time. Screenshots started circulating, comparing before and after versions of Meghan's online presence. Royal watchers created detailed timelines showing exactly when each reference to Perry vanished from their digital footprint. Fan accounts began archiving everything before it could be deleted. The evidence of their betrayal was preserved by strangers who understood the significance of what was happening. The speed and thoroughness of their response shocked even their harshest critics. These are the same people who lecture constantly about loyalty, about standing by your friends, about not abandoning people when they're down and need support most. Yet when their own supporter faced serious allegations, they didn't just step back quietly. They actively distanced themselves with a ruthlessness that surprised even royal commentators who thought they'd seen everything from this couple. Royal experts were stunned by the coldness of their calculated response. This lawsuit didn't emerge from nowhere overnight. The allegations span years, including the exact period when Perry was hosting them, supporting them financially, and becoming their daughter's godfather. If they truly believed in Perry's character, if they truly trusted him around their children, shouldn't they defend him now when he needs them most? Their silence suggests they either knew more than they let on about Perry's alleged behavior, or they're willing to abandon anyone who becomes inconvenient to their carefully crafted brand. Neither option looks good for a couple who built their reputation on moral authority and standing up for what's right. The man who gave them everything when they had nothing is getting nothing from them when he needs something. The contradiction between their public messaging and private actions couldn't be more stark or damaging to their credibility. Royal commentators are calling this their most revealing moment yet. When the going got tough, when loyalty was genuinely tested, when their friend needed them most desperately, Harry and Meghan showed their true colors in stark detail. They're not the principled rebels they claim to be in every interview. They're calculating opportunists who use people when convenient and discard them without hesitation when they become problematic for their image. The mask has finally slipped completely off. The broader implications are absolutely staggering for their future relationships and business prospects. If Harry and Meghan can abandon Tyler Perry, someone who literally saved their lives and became their family, who else will they throw away when it becomes convenient? Their staff members, their business partners, their remaining friends, anyone who becomes a liability gets the same treatment. complete erasure, strategic silence, and calculated abandonment disguised as reputation management. What's particularly brutal is how this exposes the complete hollowness of their public messaging. They preach constantly about supporting survivors, about believing accusers, about standing with the oppressed against powerful figures. But when their own friend faces accusations, they don't practice what they preach to millions of followers. They don't call for due process. They don't support their friend. They don't even acknowledge the situation exists. Their hypocrisy is breathtaking in its scope. Perry, meanwhile, maintains his dignified silence while his reputation burns in the media. He's not fighting back publicly, not calling out their hypocrisy, not exposing their ingratitude to the world. He's handling this crisis with more class and grace than they've shown him throughout this entire ordeal. The man who gave them everything is getting nothing in return, and he's facing it with the same dignity he showed when helping them in their darkest hour. His silence makes their betrayal even more shameful. The royal family, watching this unfold from across the pond, must be feeling a mixture of vindication and genuine sadness. They always suspected Harry and Meghan were transactional in their relationships, but seeing it play out so publicly confirms their worst suspicions about the couple's true character. The same people who accuse them of being cold and calculating are now displaying exactly those traits toward their most loyal friend and supporter.